For nearly 2 decades, few celebrities have captured the public's attention like Madonna. Though the one-time material girl is in her 40s now, she still lives up to her reputation for defiance. But what is often overlooked is her enduring talent. Last year, she won a shelf full of Grammy Awards for her album, Ray of Light. Her new album, Music, is being released today, and the title song is already #1 this week on the record charts. But her most important achievements are her most personal and most private, her children. This summer, she gave birth to her second child, a little boy she named Rocco. And her daughter Lourdes, whom she calls Lola, is almost 4. But as Charlie Rose first reported last year, motherhood and middle age haven't really changed her. She's still Madonna.
So, can I see what I look like?
She invited us to her New York City apartment for this interview.
I'm too swallowed up by this chair. Okay, well, I'm not happy with that,
so let's change chairs. We quickly found out that her success has had little to do with luck.
The camera's up here, and I'm down here, and I look like a midget. Oh, I don't want to do this interview.
What?
I don't like it.
She doesn't leave much to chance.
No, I don't like that either.
Can you see yourself in here?
You'll never want to interview me again after this, I can assure you.
But her single-mindedness now has one distraction.
Oh, look who's here. Look who's here.
It's Lola, and for a moment, we glimpsed a portrait few have seen, Madonna and child. But she asked us not to show a close-up of her daughter's face on television.
Can I have a kiss? Kiss?
When she walks in this room...
Yeah, I stop complaining.
Yeah, it's everything. You're not worried about lighting anymore. You're not worried about being in control. You're just so...
Well, I'm not working.
Sheer joy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Before her, it was mostly within yourself.
Before her, it was me, me.
And now it's me, and her.
Me, her, me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can't say she's not honest. In fact, she has made no secret of her ambition from day one.
What do you hope will happen, not only in 1984, but for the rest of your professional life? What are your dreams? What's left?
To rule the world.
And she wasn't kidding. Madonna set out to conquer the world of pop music, and she did it.
You must be my lucky star, 'cause you shine on me wherever you are.
She now has her own record company and has made hundreds of millions of dollars over the years.
And the best pop album is Ray of Light, Madonna.
At this year's Grammy Awards, her talent was celebrated by her peers when she won 4 awards for her latest album.
And what about the Oscar? Is that your next goal, do you think?
That's right, baby.
She is also an actor whose roles are often reflective of her own image.
You don't know if you want to hit me or kiss me. I get a lot of that.
On stage, even on network TV, what you see is what you get.
You are always with me on
This,
the show. You are always with me on the show.
My sense of you is...
That I'm argumentative?
Yeah, I get that. But that's good.
Confrontational?
Good. You like to bend the rules?
Push the envelope?
Push the envelope?
Yeah.
Suspicious?
Wary? Yeah.
Searching?
Searching? Yes. I want to know everything.
She has been like that since childhood. Born Madonna Louise Ciccone in Bay City, Michigan. She was one of 8 children in an Italian Catholic family. Madonna was named after her mother, but raised by her father, a strict disciplinarian. Her mother died of breast cancer when Madonna was 6.
It's like having your heart ripped out of your chest. Like a limb missing. The ultimate abandonment. It was such a great mystery to me. where she went, and there was a part of me that was waiting for her to come back. So, you know, it's just a great sense of loss that you learn to adjust to, and you perhaps overcompensate in other ways for it.
So Madonna rebelled.
I grew up in a high school where it was very conservative, and I felt like people disapproved of me, and I felt like an outsider.
Why did you feel like that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure I brought most of it on. I mean, I stopped shaving under my arms and my legs, which is,
Yeah.
pretty subversive behavior for a...
Rebellion even then.
Yes, well, I refused to wear makeup, and that's when girls are like going out of their way to sort of be attractive and please boys in school.
And you're going in the other way.
Well, no, I said, well, I'll be damned. They're going to have to like me with hairy armpits, or they're not worthy of me.
At 19, still scarred from the loss of her mother, she left Michigan for New York City.
You know, part of the reason I sort of shot out like a cannon out of Michigan and like left home at such an early age was because I had to feel independent. I had to make myself feel secure on my own. You know, I had to feel like I didn't have to rely on anyone for anything, because if you can feel this great sense of independence, then you can never feel that loss again. No one can abandon you.
Once in New York, it didn't take long for her to make her mark. A record deal followed, and so did the fans. Music videos helped make her a star of the MTV generation. She wasn't just famous, she captivated everyone's attention. She did it by challenging the boundaries of conventional thinking. And in the sensational new world of music videos, even the Catholic Church was not immune.
I made a black saint come to life in one of my videos, and then I kissed him on an altar. Now, if that isn't, you know, pushing the envelope, I mean, at least it seemed like it at the time. I guess not now.
There was even some talk of excommunication.
How did that make you feel?
Excellent. I mean, at the time, I was in, like, super rebellion mode. I mean, it's like, great, the establishment is against me.
I mean, here, this church that you grew up in,
yeah, but I don't
and they want to
renounce
ban your
the
work.
church. Well, that's just typical, isn't it? In my opinion. I mean, you know, the Catholic Church needs to move into the 21st century. I mean, I'm all for rules and discipline and all of those things, but they have to make sense.
If it doesn't make sense, rebel.
Exactly. If it doesn't make sense, rebel until you find out why.
Eventually, her quest to break any taboo backfired.
You scared?
No.
Her sexual thriller, Body of Evidence, and her album, Erotica, were commercial disappointments. And her book, Sex, some think, simply went too far. She defended the book by calling it a joke, but people didn't laugh with her. They laughed at her.
Erotica.
The public seemed to have had too much of Madonna.
It appeared you lost confidence. Did you? How you were doing? Your relationship?
I lost confidence in humanity. I thought that people were being unbelievably cruel to me for no reason. And when I lost confidence in not being able to feel like there was a certain sort of like level of behavior that I could depend on in other people, a certain decency. When I lost confidence in that, I began to lose confidence in myself, yes.
You punished me for telling you my fantasy.
Decency, of course, is hardly the first thing you expect from Madonna. Neither is humility. She refuses to publicly admit making any mistakes.
Tell me one. One.
No.
That you've learned a lesson from?
No.
You can't tell me one mistake that you've made that you think is because there's something wrong with acknowledging a mistake? Because it's like you regret doing it, and you don't want to ever say you regret doing it, because only by just trying things can you go forward.
The result of the good choices I've made and the bad choices. You know, and if I say I regret something or that I made a mistake, I wouldn't be who I am today. I don't want to have any sense of shame about it, and I don't want to have any sense of regret. Why should I?
Absolutely no regrets.
She even says she has no regrets about her tumultuous 3-year marriage to Sean Penn. But by her mid-30s, despite all she'd achieved, she admitted to herself that she remained incomplete. Madonna wanted to have a child.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
During the filming of her Golden Globe-winning performance in Evita, she revealed that she was pregnant. Trainer Carlos Leon was the father. They didn't marry and are no longer together, but they share Lola.
Lola, would you like to be interviewed instead of me? Don't you have important things to say?
You do. Inside stories.
As with every other aspect of her life, when it comes to motherhood, Madonna defies your expectations.
Was she baptized as a Catholic?
Yes.
Explain that to me. You
No.
don't believe in this church. You've rebelled against this church.
Just wait a second. I can disagree with doctrines and dogmas and still celebrate them. I go to the synagogue. I study Hinduism.
But religion, is religion about picking and choosing what you want from religion? What is it about in the end?
It's about realizing that all paths lead to God in the end, and that everybody decided, over the years to sort of like segregate it and say, no, these are my rules. No, I believe that God came from here. No, I believe that Jesus was not the Son of God. No, I believe that this, and I believe in that. And the thing is, the point of studying all of it is that really they're all the same at the end of the day.
Because?
The core of it is the same. The core of it is the same.
What does that mean?
That love is the most important thing.
Looking at my life.
But the most important thing for Madonna right now is ending this interview. She has had enough, and of course, doesn't hesitate to say so.
I gotta go. I have to go.
Come on.
You don't want to miss the beginning of the show.
Are you going to miss? Okay, you don't care if you're making a nuisance of yourself.
Well, sometimes I do.
No, you don't.
Well, okay, I don't.
60 Minutes 2 will continue in a moment.